Man, I still don't know if I'm sold on that ending there. I just think it was a little bit of a controversial decision to have Donkey and Lord Farquaad have gay anal sex live on stage at the end of the play. I just don't know if that was. I feel like that's jumping the shark a little bit. I don't know if that was the right call.
Nah, it's Broadway. There was no gay anything in this. There was no gay
No,
anything. They
not
had to
even a
put it in.
little.
That was the DEI scene.
Yeah, that was the DEI scene. Was that one?
Like, we need one gay thing in here. All of our
It's like
actors are complete
shit.
straight.
We wrote a whole play and there's no gay stuff in here. What do we do?
This is
Well, I
Broadway.
know
What are you
what to
talking
do.
about? Everything must be gay. Include something.
Man, I've seen some flaming homosexuals before, but whoever played Donkey and Lord Farquaad in this play, really.
Okay.
If
Donkey
you
was
went to
good
the if
though.
you went to the Broadway, New York area and you open up your Grinder application, you might find Donkey or Lord Farquaad from the Shrek the Musical.
I don't think Farquaad was as bad.
Yeah, with Donkey it was very aggressive.
It was very aggressive. Welcome to
Donkey was
Detour Ahead,
Fiona's
everybody.
gay best friend. Welcome to Detour Ahead.
We're going to introduce the show right away. So we'll get into the
Here
topic
we
right
are, so we
away.
don't remember.
This time it only took us a minute and 45, not an hour and 45.
True, that did happen before.
Maybe this episode will go up on time. Who knows?
Maybe.
Who knows? The only people who know, as of right now, will be the viewers when they're listening. We don't
you at
know.
home, the viewer at home. Did it go up on time? Both places? Just
If
one
not,
place?
downvote the video.
Downvote it.
Downvote it to shit. If it doesn't go out on a Wednesday, downvote it.
Or just leave a comment that says "fuck you," because both platforms have comments. So just leave a comment that says "fuck you" on
Just
on the most
unsubscribe,
recent episode. Just
unsubscribe.
unsubscribe. Yeah.
I'm at
Just never listen
123.
to us again.
Let's drop that number down to 100, an even 100.
Sorry, there are feral children outside of my window. So if you hear any errant screaming,
Yeah, Riely recently moved to the Appalachian Mountains, like in the actual mountains, and now he cohabitates with the feral children that live in the mountains.
yeah, there are feral children running around and like don't touch them because they'll bite you. But like they run around. Occasionally they scream, and that's what I'm experiencing right now. I did see one of them. It was I got to see a little cute moment because my my kittens, Vito and Whitey, coming very close to their 1 year birthday. By the way, they were born in April. I think we got them in June or July. And Vito and Whitey hang out in like the little back porch area. Like we open the back door for them, and they hang out on the back porch. And it's all screened back there, so you can see in there. And I just so happen to look out the window to check on my boys, and I see there's like a little girl next door who's like playing with them, who's like just like waving at him through the window, and they're like jumping on the screen and doing silly stuff to entertain this little girl,
The
and it was
cats
very
recognize
cute.
the feral children.
Yes, they recognize the feral children, and they communicate to them with interpretive dance, the song of their people.
Oh man, what have you been up to? Have you done anything that you want to talk about before we quickly jump into what we're talking about this week?
I've been working, got new stuff I'm doing at my job. My pay is pretty much the same as what it was when I was the IT guy now. So like basically like that never happened, but now I do have to take phone calls again, which is gay. But they're not hard phone calls, and they're not constant phone calls. So very very much an improvement from where I was before. So I'm glad to be doing it. The one interesting issue that it comes with is my brain will melt if I do not have my days off in a row. So I told them like, look, I don't give a single shit what days they are. I just need them together. That's all I need. Whatever you're gonna give me.
So what days did you
And they
get?
came and they came back to me and they're like, okay, we found a schedule of 2 days together, but it's Wednesday and Thursday. And it's like, okay, that's what I can get. That's what I'll take. So now instead of having, well, I had the weekends off, and then when I went back on the phones, they made me take a weekend day, so I had Friday and Saturday off. Now I have fucking Wednesday and Thursday off, which was weird. And then yesterday, when I was talking to Alex, not yesterday, Wednesday, when I was talking to Alex about the show, I was fully under the impression that it was Saturday because that's the day I'm used to being off, my first day or Friday or something like that. And I'm telling him to post an episode on Wednesday when it is Wednesday.
I don't think I comprehended that it was Wednesday. To be honest, I think I was just like, I don't even care, because the episode was late again this week, or again
Yeah.
this episode.
Well, it wasn't really.
You got to dig up your ass.
No, I got an itch up my ass. Not up my ass, on my ass.
Up your ass, just like all the way up.
Yeah.
Yeah, episode was late, so I'm just like, it goes out when it goes out. Like after the first,
Well, I mean, like,
I'll I'm not
if
even gonna
people
pester
knew
you,
that it was
though.
recorded, if people knew that it was recorded the previous week, it would be late. But it did come out on a Wednesday, so really,
Technically, we still did it. Yeah,
yeah,
it was just recorded 2 weeks prior.
Yeah, you know.
It's fine.
I may or may not
It
have
goes
also
out.
not been posting on the feed for like the past month. That's rectified
That's
now.
on you. I don't care about that. That's
I
your
did
job.
that. I fixed that though. We're good now.
My job is to edit and post to the YouTube. Your job is to give me thumbnail description and post to the feed. That
It's
seems
true.
an equal division of labor.
Okay, now we're arguing about it again. Look,
We're not arguing. I'm just saying that seems equal to me.
it is equal, and
Yeah.
I'm sorry that I suck. Okay, you don't gotta hassle
Suck
me,
as
Jack.
much as you want. It's all right. The episode will go out eventually.
Don't say it like that. You see what he does? You see the kind of gaslighting
It's not gaslighting.
that Alex
It's guilt
gets
tripping.
up to here
There's
on
a
this podcast.
there's a big difference between gaslighting and guilt tripping. Guilt tripping
And he
is me telling you.
claims not to be a woman anymore, folks. And yet these are the sorts of things that he's getting up to.
Penguin's texting me.
They're
There's
very important. Make sure to respond to Penguin Mage on the air during the podcast. Very
Of course.
very important.
Friend of the podcast, Penguin Mage.
Friend of the podcast, Penguin Mage.
Um,
Good friend of the podcast, Penguin Mage, who recently made her first appearance in like 30 episodes, which was kind of a shock when I noticed when I posted it to the feed. I was looking for her Twitter link, and I was like, what the fuck? When was the last time we had Penguin on? I think it was like in the 70s somewhere.
what, this show?
Yeah, I think yeah, because it was pre-video for the last time we had Penguin on, besides this recent time.
90.
I must have been stupid then when I was reading. I didn't see 90 with her in it.
19, 21, 27, 40, 42. Wow, we got her back to back. We had a good run with Penguin for a while. It seemed pretty consistent, and then it went 50 to 66 to 90 to 111. It's getting more and more scarce. Eventually, she'll just like stop showing up. I used too many Penguin points.
Yeah, we had I think we had Penguin on so consistently. There were never talks with her, but I think we in passing were like, would we add Penguin to this show? Like she was on for consistently enough time that we definitely floated
I'll
that
say
idea.
this: if Penguin ever comes to me and's like, I have this day free every single week, I'd move the podcast to get her on every week. I love Penguin.
Yeah, if honestly, I think
Penguin,
I was trepidatious at the time, but now if we could get Penguin as a third, chair. That I think I'm fully
As
on
of
board
right
with
now,
that.
Penguin is the only one I would accept as a third on this show. As
Is
of
there
right
anybody
now,
else I would accept? Probably not.
everybody has Penguin is a good all-rounder podcaster.
As long as there's 3 people or less.
Yeah. But I just meant like we could talk about like anything with
Oh
Penguin
yeah,
and
for
still
sure,
get
for sure.
good information and shit like that. A lot of the guests that we have are one maybe 2 topic guests. So not that that's a bad thing. I don't
I
want
don't
to
know if that's true. I mean, it depends. It's just that we have them on so rarely that we only really talk about
Yeah, but I
certain
mean like
things that we know are in their wheelhouse. But like in
we bring
reality, most
Brad
of the
on for
guests that I
politics.
know,
Brad is the politics guy we bring on.
yeah, but we know Brad is a nerd like us. He
But
likes
I wouldn't
Pokemon. He
bring
likes
Brad
other
on
nerd stuff.
for like the musical episodes though. That's the thing.
Well, yeah, because he doesn't really like musicals, but we could teach him to like musicals.
Anyway, yeah,
We could
as of right
force
now.
Brad at gunpoint to watch a musical. That'd be pretty funny.
Yeah,
Listen,
but I
Brad.
feel like it would go back to politics though at some point. Especially if
I,
we
I'm,
made him
I'm
watch
I'm not. I'm
Hamilton.
not talking about. I've now moved on from co-host. I'm saying just in general for one of
Are
them.
we
It
still
would be
searching
funny.
for our co-host?
Yes, yes. We still have the co-host search going. We're gonna get that rage board set up so everybody can vote on who's the best co-host.
It's the musical board. What's your favorite musical?
What's your favorite musical? Let us know. We're finally back on musicals. It's an exciting thing.
That's the perfect transition right there. We're
There
back
you
on. We're
go.
back to musicals after 4 months, 3 months.
It's been a minute.
It's been a while. We haven't done it. This is the first musical in 25, by the way.
There you go.
The last musical we did was back in December.
Well, oops. We're back. Sorry.
It's been 12 episodes.
We were supposed to, because we keep like falling off. Let's okay right now, because I think we have on air said we would do this before and then just didn't do it. So I want to put this out in the air right now. I think we should commit to bi-weekly musical coverage at least till we're through this wheel that we have.
We have 4 left on the wheel.
We have 4 left on the wheel, so at least for the next 8 weeks.
Do you want me to pull up the wheel now? Do you want to get it out of the way?
No, the wheel's for the end. That's the tasty little teaser for the next episode you get at the end.
Well, the next musical episode.
Next musical episode, which will be 2 episodes from now, because we're gonna do it every other week.
Well, every other episode, not every other week.
Every other episode. Hopefully every other week, Alex.
Yeah, hopefully.
Alex, stop! Alex, when was the last time we achieved 2 episodes of this show in a row? Jesus Christ, stop!
Last year, I don't think we've had 2 consecutive weeks this year.
What is going on? Stop setting things to happen
You
on Detour Head
had
Time.
plans last Friday, you fuck.
Okay, yeah, last time it was me. Okay, let's hierarchy of blame. The last time we missed an episode, it was because of me. What about every other time we've missed an episode?
I'm sure a few of them were your fault.
yeah, okay, sure.
I feel like it's a good 60-40 split.
Yeah, okay.
I'll let you decide who has the 60 and who has the 40.
I think we all know who has the 60 and who has the 40.
Oh, do we?
In reality, I think we know who has the 70 and who has the 30 and who's compensating by quoting a different...
I'm not compensating for shit.
What's going on? Why can't we do a fucking episode, Alex? What's your problem?
Because I do weekend things, and weekend things usually start on Fridays.
Well, stop doing that.
Stop having a life?
Yes! Then don't schedule the show for Friday, retard! What do you want from me? We already we scheduled the show for Friday. Be fucking available on Fridays.
Why are we doing Fridays?
Because this is what we ordained thousands of years ago on the tops of the mountains.
Man, it used to be Tuesday. I miss Tuesday cast.
Well, it used to be I think it was your fault that it wasn't Tuesdays anymore. But
Oh,
like,
that's right, because I don't want to do podcasts during the week because of work. That's right. It is my fault. I
so you
apologize.
can't do podcasts during the week because of work, and you can't do podcasts on the fucking weekend because of quote weekend stuff.
Yeah,
So what the
weekend
fuck?
stuff. What if I want to bring someone over and they're like, "Oh, does 5 o'clock sound good?" And then I'm like, "Oh well, shit, I can't invite anybody over on Friday because I got a podcast to do."
Yeah, there's 6 other days in the week, retard. Yes, exactly that what you
Nah,
said.
but on Fridays I don't have to kick them out at like 8:30, 9 o'clock.
So invite him over on Saturday.
I do Saturday stuff.
Well, stop because your Saturday stuff last Saturday will be this Game Boy you found on Grinder.
I didn't say it was a gay boy on Grinder.
We all know what it is.
Could be women.
It could be,
Man, I dodged a
but
fucking bullet. Oh, let me tell you, I dodged a bullet. So there's this. So at this one construction site that I delivered to, all right, they have like guard shacks to make sure that like people like you don't get into the fucking construction site, right?
sure. Mm-hmm.
So there's this girl, and I've been like talking her up, not like flirting or anything, just being friendly. And I was gonna make the pivot, that pivot to like flirty, ask out to dinner kind of conversation,
Sure, sure.
because I knew I was going there the next day, and I'm like, hold on a second. So I she has a name tag. So I saw her name tag the other day and I saw her full name. So I'm like, you know what? This is gonna sound real creepy, but it pays off, all right? I looked her up on Facebook. I looked
Mhm.
up her full legal name on Facebook and I'm like, all right, let's look into this girl, see if this is worth doing. She's got 2 kids. So I'm like, oop, nope, never mind. Gonna back out there. Just gonna be friend.
Damn.
I think that saved me a lot of headache and embarrassment of doing stupid shit. So
So cruel of you.
she's got 2 kids. The
Yeah.
one's
What's
like
wrong with that?
13. It's half my
What's wrong
age.
with that?
No.
We'll get him on the podcast.
Oh my god. No. No, I think I dodged a bullet though. Anyway, Shrek the musical. We had a really good transition earlier,
and
and
we
then
threw
we
it in the
fucked it.
garbage.
Yeah.
Listen, it's called Detour Ahead. You get what you pay for, okay?
These people don't pay for anything.
Yes, you get
Let's
what you pay
paywall
for,
the show.
which you didn't pay anything, so it's shit. Actually,
Let's
you're
paywall
welcome.
ever from now on. This is the last free Detour Ahead episode.
Yes, this is the final free episode. From now on, you got to go to patreon.com/Detour Ahead to get all the episodes. We could do it. There are actually podcasts, and this pisses me off, honestly. There are podcasts who lock their like backlog behind a paywall. They have their feed set so like it only displays like the 20 newest episodes, and if you want any episodes that are not the 20 newest episodes, yeah, pay up.
But our backlog is not worth money at all.
No, it's not.
It's not. Why would we ever do that?
I'm not saying we should. I'm just saying that's something that some podcasts
I don't want to put
do.
our kitchen appliances or kitchen whatever we did for the kitchen appliances behind a paywall.
Yeah, that's good. That's grade A S class content. Okay, people are gonna pay top dollar.
That's how people pay the money, and then I have to pay them money to. I have to give the money back. Anyway.
Yeah, you're not allowed to charge for a podcast unless it's bonus episodes for an already existing free podcast, or unless you're like Anthony Cumia, unless you're like a radio guy
So you know
who's
how
done the
we ran into the
podcast.
problem of I won't be able to record while dog sitting this past weekend, right?
Sure.
I have come into the knowledge that laptops are really cheap.
Whoa.
So I probably tomorrow I'm going to take birthday money and go get a laptop because I've been thinking about this for a while.
How cheap are we talking though? Because I bought the cheapest laptop that existed, so that was a regrettable purchase. It was a terrible laptop.
Can it access the internet?
It can, but when you got into a call to record a podcast, it would either be a sputter effect on your microphone that was inexplicable and it would happen every time, and it would ruin every single podcast that I posted for like 6 months.
I'm talking like $200 probably.
Okay, that's a little bit more than what I paid, so you
I'm
might be
not
doing
talking a
good.
$50 refurbished Chromebook from the
Okay,
Geek
good,
Squad.
good. It's an actual computer,
Yeah,
not
it's
a
an actual.
Chromebook.
It's a brand new
Not
laptop.
a Weenie Hut Junior computer like a Chromebook.
No, it's what's the other? Fuck, what's the other one?
Well, there's Windows, Mac, and Chromebook and Linux, but Linux I don't think sells machines. They just you get it.
No, there's Winnie Hut Jr. and then there was the other one, Salty Spittoon.
Oh, Sully Stoon,
We're
yeah,
looking for
okay.
a Salty Spittoon laptop,
You,
not
you
a
meant the
Winnie Hut
SpongeBob
Jr.
thing, what the other one was. I knew that.
Look, we're on different wavelengths for this. Do we just not introduce ourselves anymore?
We kind of did.
I don't think I've said I'm Alex or that's Riely.
Well, I think you did the intro and then didn't say that part.
Oh, we don't. I'm a fucking retard. We have the fucking names right underneath our.
The names are right there, but like regardless, for those just for audio only people,
Fuck you if you're. I go through a lot of effort to set this up. If you're listening to if you're only listening to the audio, fuck you.
that's rude.
I don't care if it's rude. I go through
like,
a lot of effort to set this up, make it look all nice. Riely and I have had several fortnights of arguments over the layout, and you're listening to audio only?
That's true. Alex did for the first time he pitched me the layout. He was so proud of himself, and I was like, "This is absolute dog shit. This is the worst thing I've ever seen in my life."
I was playing off of the we have a construction sign, so let's go for the construction theme.
And it was just like everything was bad.
I don't care if it was bad. I was proud of my work. I'm always proud of my work. Except when I don't do anything.
Which is all the time, as it turns out.
But yeah. This is the last free Detour Ahead episode. Go to patreon.com/Detour Ahead, DETOURAHEAD.
We need money
to catch all of the latest Detour Ahead podcasts after this one. Actually, we're just gonna paywall half of this episode.
Yeah, so right here
you're good right before we start talking about our topic today. It's gonna cut off, and you got to pay $5 to get the rest of the episode from now on.
Man, paywall shows do that, and it's an effective marketing strategy because I'm always like, oh, man,
is that where all your money goes?
No, well, I mean, kinda. I mean,
buying the other half of a podcast.
I pay for a lot of like bonus feeds, so
I'm still giving Dick Masterson like $5 a month for literally no reason at this point.
Because you've given up the best show.
I just don't have time anymore. It'll come back eventually.
Well, I'm Alex. I'm so busy. I watched 4 seasons of television in a week, but I'm so busy. I don't have time to do anything.
I finished Breaking Bad, by the way.
I finished 9 seasons of television in like a week and a half, and then
I'm on to
do anything.
How far it? If I pull up Netflix, it's gonna make
9 seasons of television, 5 of which are double length episodes.
I still haven't done our Power Rangers thing yet.
I mean, I haven't done Promised Neverland yet either, but you said that was going to be the next episode, so I'm ready to be binging. You better be ready to be binging too.
I'll get the Cliff Notes version of it so I know. I sound like I know what I'm talking about, but I actually don't.
Alex, you shouldn't have said that. I'm gonna make you have me there when you watch it now.
No, you're not. You really think I'm gonna find the Cliff Note? I'm just gonna read the comments.
I mean, yeah, just read. Well, no, there's no comments because it's YouTube Kids, but unfortunately,
unfortunate. I was just gonna look over at my other screen over here and just read comments on like, you're like, okay, what'd you think about the first episode? All right, let's scroll, find a good comment. I like
First
that one.
episode,
And then
Control F,
just
first episode.
you'd be none the wiser. Unless you actually read the comments and you'd be like, someone else said
I
that.
read that one. I read that exact statement that somebody else said, Alex. You want to tell me something?
Where'd you find this?
But no, I think you're gonna like it. I think if you can enjoy Ladybug, you can enjoy Power Rangers. Because I think of all the things that make Ladybug stupid, and they're the same things that make Power Rangers stupid. So if you're willing to overlook the stupidity of Ladybug, I think you'll be willing to overlook the stupidity of Power Rangers. And I picked a season for you that keeps the stupidity to a minimum. So I think you're gonna enjoy it.
What about Ladybug is stupid?
It's just just like the things that make it like a goofy kids show. Like what makes you think you're not gonna like Power Rangers?
Honestly, like I've thought about it. None of none of us grew up with Power Rangers. Nobody around me grew up with Power Rangers. I was never exposed to Power Rangers outside of like maybe a single kid who was way too into it, and that's it.
That's me.
Yeah, you're the one kid that I grew up with that was like obsessed with Power Rangers to where everybody would make fun of him, so I internalized that as Power Rangers equals bad.
Well, listen, you're free from their tyranny now.
Nope.
So you can enjoy.
I'm gonna watch this Power
judgment.
Rangers, and I'm just gonna look over at the window, and there's a bunch of like 10-year-olds laughing and pointing at me, and I'm just gonna be like, I've made a mistake.
No, I think you're genuinely gonna love it.
We'll see.
We'll see what happens. But I haven't missed yet when it comes to recommending you things. So anything that you actually took was good.
Anything that I've actually given a chance, we'll say that
has been good. Yes.
That's
and anything you haven't given a chance, you can't really speak on because you haven't given it a chance.
I don't even know the whole list at this point. So
I mean, I'm sure I've recommended you 100 different things, but
it's probably in one ear out the other. To be completely honest with you. Do you want to? Yeah, we can keep bullshitting for a little bit. I don't want to.
No, you don't want to talk about Shrek the Musical? Is that what
we could talk about Shrek the Musical? We started with it, and I thought we were gonna jump right into it.
Yeah, and then we started bullshitting because that's what the show is.
Why was Donkey so? Why was it like the most gay version of Chris Rock ever? Did you notice that?
I didn't think about Chris Rock.
It was like an extremely homosexual Chris Rock.
Chris Cock.
Jesus Christ. Yeah, this week we're talking about Shrek the Musical, everybody.
Yay.
It's finally here after 4 months of waiting.
I feel like my feelings of this movie, or I keep calling it a movie because I saw it on Netflix once, so now it's a movie in my brain, even though it's a Broadway musical. I saw this musical, and I'd say my opinion on it is like exactly 50-50 split, not evenly. It's scattered throughout the play, but I would say roughly about 50% of it, I was like, yeah, Shrek, I'm into this. And the other 50%, I was like, what the fuck am I watching right now? What is this?
I think that's what they were going for, though.
It was very strange. Shrek took some getting used to. The first time fucking Shrek opened his mouth, I was like, "Oh no!" But I did get used to him.
You get used to it, yeah. That's what I think we're gonna have a very similar opinion on this. So I was very skeptical going into this. I haven't heard good things about the Shrek about the musical.
I have. I'm
I didn't hear
surprised you
anything
heard
bad.
negative things. Oh,
I
you
never
just
heard
haven't heard
anything like
anything.
negative or positive. It was always just like, wow, I can't believe that they did this. And it was
I
always
can't
just
believe
like,
they made a musical about Shrek.
and it was just like one giant meme. Like you look at memes and you're like, oh, that's funny. But like you never actually go to the source. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Well, today we went to the source. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed watching it.
I would say I, at the end, would overall describe what I felt for the most amount of time as enjoyment to some degree.
Was there a part
But
was
it
there a
was
point where you were like, this is not enjoyment at all? This is not in an
I
enjoyment.
like the whole beginning. I was just kind of fully thrown off. Like the new tidbit about Shrek's parents is an interesting
Yeah, that
addition.
threw me off to
That
where they're just like, all right, there's a big, giant,
might be
beautiful
from
world
the
out
book.
there, but it's not for you.
That might be from the book. I don't know, because I know
They did
there's a
take
Shrek.
inspiration from the movie and the book. I think they
Yeah,
used
there's a
both.
Shrek book, and I've never read the whole thing, but I remember starting to read it, and I do believe Shrek's parents do factor in. So maybe this does come from the book, but regardless, so there's Shrek's parents. That was weird, and then we cut to the swamp for the first time, and Shrek starts singing. Which Shrek, his Shrek speaking voice is like, okay, this is a little off, but this is acceptable. And then he started to sing, and I was like, "This is gonna be a long fucking 2 hours. I'm gonna have to sit through." but, like I got used to him. Basically, like the whole first 30 minutes, I was like, "Oh man, oh geez, this is gonna be fucking terrible." And then a switch sort of flipped, and I got to like enjoy it for some amount of time. Like, as much as we rail on Donkey as he gets railed on constantly, he's getting railed all the time. We rail on Donkey for being super flaming and gay, but I also think he was very good. He's probably one
I
of my
think
favorites,
he's
and I
what
think.
like I think that if they dumbed down Donkey in this play, it would have made the whole thing miserable.
Yeah, no, we had the exact right amount of Donkey in this play. So yeah, that was good. When Donkey and Shrek come together, and then subsequently when Fiona and Shrek comes together, that's what really kind of softened it for me. Like from there, it was pretty smooth sailing. Um, there were one or two times where I reverted back to what the fuck, but
Like
overall,
the
a
two
lot
whole
better.
songs about the fairy
The
tale
fact that the
creatures.
dragon is still the dragon, but also for not dragon women. That's a
Yeah,
little weird that they did it that way.
I think it's just like to get more people. Like I don't think they I don't know. That threw me off to where it's like the three women are singing and like are dressed up as the dragon, but there's also a whole
There's
dragon.
also just the regular animatronic, whatever the fuck dragon.
Yeah. But it was all right. Um the two songs with all the fairy tale creatures weren't really needed in my opinion.
No, I liked those. I think I enjoyed Pinocchio. He was a little much. At times I was like, okay, buddy, walk it off. But like overall, I think I enjoyed Pinocchio's
The
portrayal.
exact same I really think we're on the exact same page for this entire thing. Pinocchio comes out and I'm just like, oh woof, okay. But like by the second song, you're like, oh, you're just like, okay, that's just you. That's Pinocchio. That's fine.
Here's the thing, okay? I want Shrek 2 the musical, okay? Here's why. Because one of my favorite of the fairy tale creature performers was Fairy Godmother, which it was a very strange decision to put her here because she is the villain of Shrek 2. So I really want to see Shrek 2 the musical and get this same chick back and give her a real chance to shine because I think she had one of the best voices I think of the cast, and she was such a minor character who just so happens to be a main antagonist of the next movie. So we need Shrek 2 the musical, so this young lady can get a time to shine.
That's fair enough. I think one is good enough. I think one
Listen,
is. I think we're good.
Shrek 2 is I think considered to be the better movie pretty widely than Shrek 1. So maybe Shrek the Musical 2 will be better than Shrek the Musical 1. Who knows?
Maybe.
Also,
Let's see.
I did find it funny that had they kept the "I'm a believer" at the end. But that made my disappointment even riper that they didn't keep All Star at the beginning, and instead it was that awful Shrek number that made me think I was gonna hate the whole show.
I I think the only thing that disappointed me about this is that they
Was that
didn't.
they didn't play All Star when he busted out of the the porta potty?
No, no, not that. It's they chose Fiona doing a single song with the Pied Piper when and the rats
I like
instead of
that song.
having Robin Hood and his merry men come and snatch her up. I was really hoping to see Robin Hood and the merry men.
Yeah, that was definitely a weird choice to switch one thing out for the other, but I did like the number that came out of it.
Oh, the number
So.
was good. It's just it was a weird pivot.
By the way, this is gonna be a spoiler for a later segment. But whenever Fiona is on the screen, this becomes infinitely better. Like she ate. Like
What did you think
she was
about
easily the best casting choice here.
the solo Fiona song of like
The
her as
the
a
Waiting in the
kid?
Castle song,
Yes.
I know it's today or whatever. Yeah, that was a really good number. That
That
was
was a like perfect number to introduce her as a character though, I thought.
yeah, no, it was perfect. It introduced her quite well, and yeah, that Fiona just the whole time perfect. S class casting. Like I think you could have found a better Shrek. I think Donkey was very good. But you probably could have found a better Donkey. I don't know if
I
you could
thought
have found a
Donkey
better
was good.
Fiona.
I don't think I don't think I okay. I really don't think that they
I
could have
liked
gotten a
Donkey a
better
lot.
Donkey.
I don't know if they
Maybe
could
tone
have.
down the homosexuality of it.
I mean, there's one way you could have gotten a better Donkey, and it's just Eddie Murphy. That would have been pretty good. But if you can't get Eddie Murphy, then yeah, this is pretty good.
Yeah. Why did I say Chris Rock earlier? It's Eddie Murphy.
Has Eddie Murphy ever done Broadway? Can we get a rerun of this show, but with actual Eddie Murphy as Donkey?
Um Now I need your did they for that the narration, did they get Mike Myers to do that?
No, that was definitely the guy who was playing Shrek in the show.
That sounded a lot like fucking
That's
original
why I
OG
said
Shrek.
his Shrek speaking voice was like pretty good. Like I don't know how you didn't tell the difference because I could very easily, but it was close. It was pretty good.
Well, I was also burnt the hell out on Breaking Bad. I had
That's
just
fair.
finished Breaking Bad, and I'm like, oh right, I got to do that for the show. So I threw it on.
I was pretty sleepy, but my recollection is still pretty good. I watched the show in two halves, as I tend to watch a lot of movies. I watched an hour of it last night and an hour of it this morning.
I watched it this past weekend. I meant to watch it last night, but Penguin and
Yeah,
I
you said
played
you were gonna
games.
rewatch it on Thursday for the show. I guess you never did that, huh?
A musical like this leaves a certain impression upon you to where you could probably talk about it in length multiple weeks later.
Man, who did this and why? Like, it's not bad, but like, why is it out there? Why did they do this?
For the same I don't know. I don't know.
It's just such a strange film to have made a musical out of. Like, I like musicals. I like musicals in genres where they don't usually belong. But something about Shrek, it's just like, I don't know if I would have done this as a musical. It's a little bit weird.
I thoroughly enjoyed it.
I did though. Yeah, overall, I would say you're probably gonna give it a higher score than me because it sounds like you kind of came back overall to like a pretty positive outlook. I'm gonna rate it probably a little lower than most things, but still pretty good. I didn't dislike it, but it was just very, very confusing for a lot of it, and like I just don't understand why it exists. And it's not the best thing I've ever seen. It's alright, but it's not great.
Did you have a favorite song?
Okay, we're gonna move on to our final segments here.
Well, I mean, we have plenty of time to kill. If
That's true.
there's any more that you need to talk about,
I mean, we'll see if we think of anything as we go, but we can do the wrap up questions for now. Favorite song? Um,
I wrote stuff
hmm.
down. I took notes. Hold on, where are my notes?
I think it
Not
was
many notes, but
probably. I liked the trauma battle between Fiona and Shrek, and they kind of like weirdly end up falling in love by the end of this musical number in which they're like belting out all of the terrible tragedies that have befallen them throughout their tragic lives. I think that was a well done number, and I really liked Shrek and Fiona's chemistry. So like anything between Shrek and Fiona was really good. I could give it to that last song because that one was good too, but like I like the trauma battle. It's a fun premise.
fair enough, fair enough. I think my favorite one that had the most impact on me was uh Shrek and Donkey traveling together after
Oh, you know what? Never fucking mind. You're right.
I labeled it as the bridge crossing song where they cross the bridge to go to the castle. But like it was prior to that, but like when it was just a really nice back and forth between them.
Yeah, that whole number where it's like the donkey singing the friendship song, Shrek is not into it. And then they make it to the castle, and there's the scary bridge, which of course Donkey is afraid of. And they spin the scene from the movie in a really good way, where Shrek kind of like forces Donkey down the bridge. In this version, I really like. This is definitely my favorite song of the show. I can't believe I forgot about this
Well, see
because I
what I
love
really liked.
I love the spinning off of that scene into Shrek like singing Donkey's part of the
Yeah,
song as he forces him down the bridge, and Donkey singing Shrek's part of the song about lamenting about it.
Shrek pulled the Uno reverse card.
Yeah.
It was just the musical numbers were very very good for a for a Shrek musical. I enjoyed the songs. They were like the bridge crossing song was the only one that like really stuck with me. But like I was also sitting through this whole thing and I'm like, I know that they sing I'm a believer at the end of the movie. If they don't do it here, I'm going to be very upset. And they did it, and I was like, okay. I can set this musical aside and put it to rest and be very content with my
It was
experience.
interesting to hear a Broadway rendition of Smash Mouth's rendition of the Monkeys' "I'm a Believer."
I'm surprised you even know. I'm surprised you even know the Monkeys sang that originally. To be honest with you,
I know some facts
it's
sometimes.
from the fucking 60s, 70s, late 60s, early 70s. I want to say.
Yeah, it was interesting to hear Shrek and Fiona actually sing that song because I'm pretty sure the scene in the movie is just it shows them singing, but it is just Smash Mouth.
Yeah,
So it's interesting to hear Shrek and Fiona actually sing it.
I think no, I don't think it was just Smash Mouth. I think they had Eddie Murphy. I think they cast
Oh yeah,
was singing
I
it
think
too
Eddie Murphy peppers in a little bit, but
as Donkey.
mostly
Yeah.
it's just Smash Mouth.
Was there anything that like disappointed you about this? Like that we
The
haven't talked about. Like, was there a specific scene where you're just like that that wasn't needed,
um,
or like a specific character or anything where you're just like, why did you do that? Why?
I mean like I feel like Farquaad in general Like I mean, Farquaad's kind of weird in general as a character, and then this actor I don't think embodies the same like indomitable like shitty fuckhead energy that the original voice actor gave. And it's just like the original he was like such a shitty fuckhead that it looped back around to being charming. This one is just a shitty fuckhead. Like I just don't like him. Like everything with Farquaad, like his solo numbers, I didn't like. The fact that this weird addition that now Grumpy the dwarf is his father,
Yeah, I didn't
and he
understand
shows
that at
up at the
all.
end of the wedding. Maybe that's the most unnecessary thing is Grumpy the dwarf showing up at Farquaad's wedding because he's actually Farquaad's father and he was not invited and he's upset about it. That's that's the most unnecessary addition to this.
Like everything else was like acceptable. Like they played it off well. This was like they took this idea and they're like, this is a shitty idea. Where do we put it? Just fucking jam it in there. I don't fucking care. Put it in. It felt extremely forced.
And I mean, the biggest disappointment is obviously that instead of All Star, we got the worst musical number in the show. In
I
place
don't
of where
know.
All Star should be, it's the worst
Yeah, but
song that ever happened in the show.
you can't do a 1-for-1 though.
I know you can. Listen, if it was a good musical number, I probably wouldn't have even brought it up. But the fact that it's for me, that musical number, regardless of its whether or not it's All Star, it has nothing to do with it. That musical number is like the worst musical number in the show to me. So the fact that that is where All Star should have gone, and instead it's the worst song in the show, it's like, oh man, if you're gonna make a song that bad, then just do All Star then instead.
I think the thing about Farquaad, now that I had a minute to think about it, he's just like I agree with you that he's just a shitty fuckhead. But the thing about him is that he's power hungry, and you don't see that very much in the musical at all.
Well, I mean, well, his whole point. I mean, I think you do. His whole point. Wait, no, it's super. He's super power hungry, and it's very clear in the musical.
No,
He's thinking about.
it's like, oh yeah, I want to become king. That would be super fun. It's like playful power hungry, not I'm
It's
going to
because
murder
but he evicted.
everybody if I don't become
He evicted
king.
all the fairy tale creatures that sing a whole song about he's gonna have a perfect kingdom with a dress code and how everybody's gonna be great. And fuck those fairy tale creatures. I hate them.
Oh, I forgot about the whole dress code thing.
Yeah.
He's the DreamWorks Hitler.
True. The Lord Farquaad is literally Hitler. Do you know about the origin of Lord Farquaad? This is one of my favorite facts about Shrek that I learned.
Go ahead.
So Lord Farquaad, the people who worked on Shrek, I believe, were fired from Disney or had some sort of negative business relationship with Disney. And the whole like nation of Duloc and Farquaad as a concept are supposed to be kind of like spoofing Disney. And the reason why his name is Lord Farquaad is because it's the closest they could get to fuckwad without the censorships being bad. So that's where Lord Farquaad comes from. Is it's a PG way to say fuckwad, and they were trying to get one over on Disney.
I thought that the people who worked on Joseph and the Technicolor Dreamcoat, because it didn't do very well, were punished to go work on Shrek.
Oh, was it?
I
I
thought
thought
it
it
was
was
a
because they were.
story like
I
that.
thought
When
it was
did
about
Joseph come out?
Disney.
I mean, I'm sure it could be both. Oh, it's the amazing Technicolor Dreamcoat. Excuse me. When did that come out? I don't care. I don't care anymore. I just lose interest. I don't care. Oh, before we continue, I have another musical to add to our list. What? Well, not
Okay.
not now, not now. I'll add it at the end because so we can have 5 instead of 4.
Okay.
But I have another one to add.
Oh, okay. You don't want to tell me now. You want to tell me at the end. Okay, okay.
Any other wrap up questions?
Well, we did favorite song. Well, did you say what your favorite song was? Oh, yes. We both said it was the bridge song. Who's your favorite character? Because I think I
Donkey.
made mine clear. Yeah, okay. Donkey was really good. Definitely my like second place honorable mention, but I gotta give it to Fiona. Fiona was like the most. I think the most perfect casting here with a bullet. Uh, Very good voice, very good stage presence. I was a huge fan of Fiona for
By
this
the
whole
way, I
show.
just want to point this out. And I'm still, you know how like you'll watch some dude do a magic trick and then you'll just sit there for hours trying to figure out how he did it?
Yeah.
At the very end, where they do True Love's Kiss with Fiona and Shrek, and
Yeah.
like they have her turn to the back, she goes from human to Shrek. How the fuck did they turn her into a Shrek, into an ogre so fucking quickly, so perfectly? It's the same actress, by the way.
Wait, no, they didn't do that. What
Yes,
you're
they did.
describing. Alex, did you like fall asleep and invent what happens in this musical? Because I remember the scene what you're talking about, and
Okay, explain it to me.
they very specifically framed it so she had already become an ogre when she kissed Shrek. She was an ogre when she kissed Shrek already.
No.
Yes, she was. Shrek interrupts the wedding. Then he argues with Farquaad for a while. He sings his little song. And then Fiona, the sun goes down, and Fiona turns into an ogre. And she's like, "Oh no, now I'm ugly." And Shrek's like, "No, you're beautiful, actually." And then they share their kiss. She's already an ogre when she kisses Shrek.
Okay. So I'm adding things wrong. When the sun goes down, she goes to the back of the stage, right?
Okay, I'd have to go back and look, but I have to imagine they just like focused on Shrek and Farquaad for a minute. She wasn't on stage,
She
but
was on
maybe I'm
stage.
wrong.
She
She
was
was
on
on
she
stage.
was on stage. She just had her back turned. She went from human, turned her back for like maybe a few minutes or whatever, and then turned around and was ogre. And I'm like, how the hell did you just you gotta trust me on this, all right? It's the one thing that I hyper fixated on for the rest of the movie.
That's interesting then, because yeah, how did they do that? If she turned her back, I had to imagine there's some sort of movie magic, but like, what did it look like on the stage?
See, what I thought was that there were separate actresses, but there
Yeah, I
weren't.
guess like, do we see Fiona's face at all when she enters that shot?
She
Because
goes
what is
from
the
I don't know.
she goes? I'm trying to figure it out because like, how
I'm
would they
tempted
pull
to
it
fucking
off?
pull it up and we can, but I don't want to get struck for watching shit like that.
Yeah, no, maybe that's not a good idea. But like, yeah, that is an interesting thought. I wonder how they pulled that off. But the final wrap up question is rating it out of 10. And I got some enjoyment out of it, but a lot of it was very confusing. And I don't know how much of a reason this thing has to exist. But like, I had a good time. It's not a failure. It gets a passing grade, but not a very high passing grade. I'm gonna go ahead and give this a 6.5 out of 10.
That's exactly what I was thinking.
Well, there you go.
All right. Any closing remarks at all?
I'm glad that we finally got this done with, but it's
I know it was very
definitely
daunting being
interesting.
on the wheel every time we spun the wheel, seeing Shrek the musical pop up, and I'm pretty sure from what I remember from like 4 months ago or whatever, that we landed on Shrek and we respun it because we both didn't want to do it.
That did happen, yes.
I just remember we respun Shrek and it ended either on something else or it ended on Shrek again, and we're like, fuck.
It might have been Shrek again. I don't remember if we got any sort of reprieve or not. But regardless, what is this fifth musical you want to add before we go ahead and spin?
Now, this is either going to be forced. It's either going to be forced for a specific date, or we'll get to it when we get to it. I haven't decided yet, but I'm going to throw it up on the wheel anyway. I'll let the wheel decide. It's
Okay.
Jesus Christ Superstar.
Oh shit! Yeah, I definitely want to do that one.
So we can either A, put it on the wheel, or B, we can actually schedule it out for around Easter time, because it is like an Easter movie or Easter musical.
When is Easter? I don't even know when Easter is.
We are currently, according to the Catholics, in the season of Lent, which means
Okay.
40 days. 40 days we'll have Easter. Easter is at the end of April on the 20th.
Okay.
So we
I
can
think we
watch.
just put it on the wheel. I don't think we need a special holiday material for our Easter episode.
Yeah, but Jesus Christ Superstar could be cool. It's a month out.
We'll put it on the wheel. And if we
We'll
don't
let
land on it by Easter, we'll think about it.
We'll let the wheel decide.
We'll let the wheel decide.
All right, let me go.
So what's on there right now? Death Note, Book of Mormon, Jesus Christ Superstar. What are the other two?
Grease and Hamilton.
Grease and Hamilton. Okay. Didn't we have Little Shop of Horrors on here?
Yeah, I couldn't find actual Broadway of it, and the movie is fucking ass, and I refuse to watch the movie. So
is the movie bad?
The woman's.
There's really no professionally shot footage of like a Broadway.
I wasn't able to find anything.
Little Shop of Horrors.
I was not able to find anything. I can add it back on, but I'm not watching the movie.
Little Shop of Horrors. Broadway.
If you can find it, maybe I wasn't looking hard enough.
This looks like it's just the whole show that I found
Turn
in
your
5
fucking
seconds.
audio off, Riely.
Right.
You
I'm
son
so
of a
sorry.
bitch.
Well, no, because I wanted to check if the audio track was professional. I guess I'll mute my mic. You know, this is shot like fucking like Spider-Man was shot, and I was not a fan of that.
Yeah, we're not doing another Spider-Man turn on a better camera. Or turn off your bad camera. Or
yeah, we
can
can drop Little Shop of Horrors.
I can't stand the
movie's like a timeless classic, isn't it? What's wrong with the movie? Everybody loves that shit.
Cannot stand the female lead in the movie.
What actress was it?
I don't know, but her voice is her singing voice is so shrill it could break glass. I don't like it at all, and I don't know if I can stand. Like, I tried watching it a while back just to compare it to the actual play I watched. But
Yeah.
like, I can't do it. I don't have it in me.
Yeah, that's fair enough.
But are you? Oh, I should probably share.
For some reason, I thought Epic was on the wheel, but I think we're saving that for a guest.
We are saving that for Penguin.
Okay.
Okay. The wheel is up on screen, my screen, and your screen. Are you watching the wheel?
I'm watching the wheel.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are going to spin the wheel to determine the next. And just
to remind you of the stakes, when we put this wheel on here, Alex agreed that if we land on Death Note the musical, that he will both watch the Japanese stage production and listen to the English concept soundtracks. This is a lot of homework we have to do if we land on Death Note.
It's a 1 in 5 chance. I'm hoping. Fingers crossed for Grease or Hamilton. Those are the ones I'm looking for.
Mainly, I'm hoping for Death Note or Book of Mormon. So
Actually, to be completely fair, when we first started this Death Note is the only one that's still lasting from our original
That's
list.
really funny.
Book of Mormon, JC Superstar, Hamilton, and Grease were all added after the fact of our original list.
The original list was Death Note and everything we've already done. We've
Yes.
already gotten. Oh wow.
So we got 4 options that were added after we've done everything. And then we have Death Note, which was the first one we talked about.
No, maybe retroactively I've decided it's more fair that we just do another wheel after. So I guess we have to do Death Note. I'm kidding. So the wheel.
All right, let's spin the wheel. Let's see what we get.
Oh.
Solidly in Hamilton.
The fucking white girls everywhere. Cheer. It's fucking Hamilton, boys.
All right,
We're
this is
here.
okay. I had to get my
I guess
friends.
you can join us in 3 weeks for Hamilton, not 2 weeks, because Alex is too good for the show. But 3 weeks, I guess, maybe.
We'll see. It depends. Next week, me and the family are going down to Columbus for birthday celebrations. So,
Yay.
oh wait, that doesn't. Well, if we get this episode out on time, I don't know. I'm not sure if you're aware of your original internet start date, but mine is March 26, 25. Is it in this folder?
What?
The first time you ever put anything out on the internet.
Yeah, I have no clue.
So mine was Pixels, Polygons, and Fun, episode 35, The Legend of the Corrupted Bear, where you and I talked about Legend of Zelda, but half
I
of
mean,
it
I
got
know when
corrupted.
I think I can find when my first podcast ever came out, but I was doing like Twitch streams before that.
I just meant like my it's been 6 years of doing this shit, which seems crazy.
Are
But
there
that
more
episode
dates
came out
in the
on
description?
March 25th of 2019.
Have I even subscribed to that feed on this phone? I guess I haven't.
So this upcoming Tuesday will be 6 years of doing silly internet things.
Wow.
It's not a big milestone. I was actually conscious about it this year. We're doing Hamilton. Death Note will remain untouched.
Remain on the list.
Let me pull up the actual list we had. Oh no, we had West Side Story.
Which we did.
Yeah, West Side Story was added after Hamilton. The original 6 we had were Death Note, Holy Musical Batman, Spider-Man, the FNAF musical, and Shrek and Little Shop of Horrors. Those were the original 6 that we had. We axed Little Shop of Horrors. The night. Huh. Okay. I gotta update this though.
It seems my first ever podcast is lost media now, which is interesting.
Huh. That's unfortunate.
I am not in control for the feed for that show. It's somebody else's show. And he seems to have taken it down. So
have him send it to
it's
you.
lost media. Maybe I should. But yeah, so we know what we're watching next. Have we hit our time yet?
Yeah,
Probably
we're
not
over
once
an hour.
Silence cuts at the very least.
Yeah, we'll be fine. We'll be close. It's not like we're running 30 minutes right here.
That's fair. We're close enough. trying to think of more things to talk about though. I feel like we haven't done this show in 100 years.
By the way, just in case you're curious, in terms of the way I wrote this all down,
Mm-hmm.
on the Detour Ahead planning sheet, I have them numbered 1 through 14. 12, 13, 14 are special guests. So 1 through 11 are the musicals we've done, right?
Mm-hmm.
Or the musicals that you and I are gonna do.
Sure.
Oh, you should probably be moved down, to be honest. Just because I'm weird like that. 1 through 10, I should say.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, it goes Death Note, Holy Musical Batman, Spider-Man, FNAF, Shrek, Hamilton, West Side Story, Grease, Book of Mormon, Jesus Christ Superstar. Death Note, we've done 2 through 7. Hamilton is 6, but now we've done 2 through 7. We're missing 8, 9, and 10, and 1. I have a bad feeling that Death Note won't happen for a minute.
Oh no.
We also did Les Mis with Olivia. If you guys like Les Mis, go check out episode 100, where
And
I
the
actually
cool,
brought my sister on to do the show.
yeah, that was a good one. And the cool thing about doing the English concept soundtrack too is because we both have something new to look forward to. Because I've seen the Japanese stage production, but I have not listened to the English concept soundtrack. So that'll be a first for me.
We shall see. All right, everybody. This has been Detour Ahead. I feel like this was a good episode, just to pat myself on the back there.
I'm excited for next time. I'm very excited for next time. I'll have watched 12 episodes of Finding Neverland or whatever the fuck it's called. No, that's the
Promise
Michael
Neverland.
Jackson. That's the Michael Jackson documentary. Is Finding Neverland. Promise Neverland is the show that I'm watching, and you'll have watched the first 12 episodes of Power Rangers RPM. Very excited. You don't know what this means yet. You'll learn what this means. If you are not a certified Ziggy stan, this time next week when we sit down to do the show, I will be shocked. I can guarantee you, this is my presidential platform for the listeners. The next time we sit down for this podcast, Alex Kolichu is going to be a Ziggy stan.
Wait a second. I just came across something that I don't think we've talked about yet.
What?
This might get added in.
Okay.
Well, I don't know if this is podcast worthy or not, but you
Well,
and I
he
never
kind
went
of
and
teased it now.
you and I never went and talked about Cash Floor with
Oh
Maddox.
shit, we should do that. That would be great. I watched the first episode with I think Demi Gloom. One of my friends is into that sort of thing, and it was impressively bad. So that's something.
Oh, of course.
Maddox, dude, it's shock because like Maddox has
I
been
will
funny
say,
before,
sorry,
so it's
I will
so
say,
shocking.
Riely,
Yes,
making fun of Maddox again with you might push the Dick Masterson back.
that's true. Should we watch them? Are you trying to get? Is this your like the Inception strategy to try to get me to be like, okay, you don't have to watch Power Rangers, you can watch Cash Floor instead?
No, it's not.
No, Cash Floor. I don't need anything in exchange for Cash Floor. That's its own episode. We gotta watch some Cash Floor.
Yeah,
His
I
delivery
remembered
is
that.
just so bad. He's not invented for scripted. Like his Maddox videos must take like they do take a ridiculous amount. He must retake every line like 1,000 times.
Oh, of course.
Cuz like he sounds okay in his YouTube videos, but on this fucking game show, man. Whoo daddy. His fucking line delivery is so bad. The chick that's with him is like infinitely funnier and better than him at like delivering her lines.
Everybody
and
is.
she's also bad. It's just that compared to Maddox, she's very good. I couldn't the whole time I'm thinking like, man, Imagine if Maddox and Dick got to host a game show together that was like this, because it would be the best. Because it would just be Dick would be picking up chicks and like ganging up on Maddox with the new people, and like it would just be a great time. The cash floor with Dick Masterson as the co-host, but instead there's just like a hot chick with a nice smile who's marginally more entertaining than Maddox, which doesn't say much.
All right, everybody. We'll cover cash floor in a future episode.
For
Um,
sure, for sure.
Next
Is it still on
episode,
Tubi? I haven't even
yes.
checked.
As far as me bookmarking it, it
Okay.
is.
I,
So
I assume bookmarks don't stay if the show gets deleted. So yeah, I
no, it
guess Cash
just
Floor is
if the
still on
show gets
Tubi.
deleted, the bookmark stays, and it just goes, "Oops, can't find your website. Sorry.
Not real. Not real.
Oops, you're
Oh,
on a
you mean you have
blacklist
it? You have
now."
a, I thought you meant you had it bookmarked like on Tubi.
No, I have it bookmarked on Google Chrome.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I have the website bookmarked, not the actual show.
Okay. Okay.
But all right.
And Tubi's sick. They got lots of cool stuff on Tubi. It sucks that you like. I don't think they even give you an option to pay to have no ads, which I would pay to have no ads on Tubi because it's just like this like beautiful place with so much weird stuff. They got a bunch of like toku stuff, which obviously I like. And then there's just like all these like weird movies and shit. I would pay like $5 a month to have no ads on Tubi, but they don't even give you the option to do so. But Super Sentai on there just has no ads for some reason. They're just giving you Super Sentai for absolutely free, so that's cool of them.
All right. You ready to wrap up?
Sure.
All right. Thank you, everybody, so much for listening to our fun little podcast called Detour Ahead. I have other things that you may or may not care for. Uh,
Yeah,
linktr.ee/COLOCHU. Riley's got some cool things.
I do. You can find them at linktr.ee/Riely Cinematic Universe. There's so many podcasts and YouTube channels to choose from. I want to shout out three things in particular. First of all, my two live podcasts. There's the Trans Fat Experience, which we kind of just do whenever now, I guess. In theory, it's Thursdays at noon. But the first time we were supposed to do that time slot, Demi Gloom just like couldn't. So like, and I think we're doing one Saturday, which will have already happened or not happened by the time you hear this. So Transmat Experience is just like whatever. Who knows when we're doing it? But it's a good show. We talk about whatever. It's me and Demi Gloom. Demi Gloom's very funny. It's a good time. And then Thursdays at 7 p.m. Eastern, you can catch the Death Stream on the YouTube channel Riley and Friends. That's me and Brad the Bad 101. We're talking politics and current events and having a good time. And Alex doesn't want to come on because he hates us and doesn't want us to be happy.
I hate everybody.
And also, folks, I am so excited to announce one of my far beyond projects that you might remember me being so passionate about and then just suddenly dying has finally returned. That's right, folks. Megazord Radio has returned to the podcast airwaves, talking about Power Rangers once a week again. It's a beautiful thing. Crow Royalty is out, but I've got a new co-host. His name is Nightster. He's British. He's delightful. We all like Nightster.
Bring him on
Nightster's a
the
good
show.
guy. Well, we'll get Nightster on this show. It's a little hard because he lives in the UK, so like it's 10 p.m. for him right now. So we'd have to get like an early show on like a weekend or something.
Do it on a
We'll,
Saturday.
we'll
We
know
can
because
do
I
it at
work
like
on the
12
weekends.
or whatever.
Well, no, because I work on the weekends now, so we'd have to do it on a weekday. But we'll or no, because you work. Yeah, it might just be impossible actually, as it turns out. But we'll see what we can do.
I'm home by 3.
Yeah, I mean, if we did a show at like 3:30 on a Saturday, 7:30 for him, he might be able to make that work. We'll see. We'll
You
figure it
can
out.
you'll figure it out.
But yeah, so me and Nightster, we're back doing Megazord Radio. We did our catch up episode. That's already out. And when this comes out, this should come out the same day. if it comes out on time, as our next episode. I return to regular Power Rangers coverage because we did like a catch up episode where I had Nightster watch everything that me and Crow already covered, and we kind of like talked about his opinions and like reassessed our episode ranking and stuff. And then we did our first return to regular Power Rangers coverage. We did Island of Illusion, which is a very infamous two-parter from the original Mighty Morphin Power Rangers that is very silly and not very good. So we had a good time with that. And we're back on our regular Power Rangers grind, so it's gonna be a good time. And I get to talk about Power Rangers here when Alex watches 12 episodes of Power Rangers RPM, and I get to talk about it every week on Megazord Radio. So check it out. It's on all sorts of podcast platforms as well as YouTube. Megazord Radio, a Power Rangers watch along podcast.
Thanks everybody so much for watching. We will see you whenever the episode gets uploaded.
Bye.